welcome to another
Animation Weekly Recap.
That's right. There's always something going on in animation. And,
always.
You know what? When you first threw this at me as an idea, this was Ansley's idea, by the way. By the way, this is Ansley Bancroft.
This is she.
I'm Tom Bancroft.
This is him.
Yep. And when you first kind of approached me with this idea, one, I liked it a lot because I was like, I don't see anything like that on YouTube. All right, that's awesome.
No, we're so unique.
The closest thing is
like
the Bancroft Rose Animation Podcast, but you know,
but they have
we
special guests. We
Yeah.
have enough banter. We don't need anybody.
Exactly. You kind of pitched it differently. I was like, okay, that's good. And we'll talk about things that are going on in the industry, but not just that. You know, so that's what this is.
That was an interesting pitch.
No, but when you first pitched it, what I was going to say is I wasn't sure. I was like, well, is there enough going on every single week? Of course there is. Yeah, there is. Because animation's so much slower. There's a lot less of it than the live action news.
Right,
You know, that's
right. But thank goodness there's Cartoon Brew.
Yeah.
And Animation Magazine, and they just keep the tea coming. They always find an article, whether it's interesting or not. It feels like it's been forever since we shot, and it was last week.
I know. Well, it's been a busy week.
Busy week, but we're here. I just, in case you guys forgot, I wore my going to the chapel sweatshirt just to remind you guys I am getting married. I am engaged. Don't worry, I'll remind you next week.
Yeah, and it's quite a while away, so you're gonna hear about it.
It feels like I have so much to do. It feels like a job.
That boy better keep
Pay up.
Keep it going, right? Yeah.
Keep it going.
Be a good guy. Be nice. Yeah.
He better, because we put too much into this wedding to turn back.
I know.
We're stuck.
No, you guys aren't that. You're not that type at all.
What type?
That would
What, to
break
end
it off.
an engagement?
Yeah,
I
honestly.
would hope not.
These things happened a lot.
These things are for life, you know?
Reality TV says differently, but I know you guys don't.
Well, I'm not on reality TV first, even though I wish I was.
But it's a dream, isn't it?
I know. I've tried so hard. No one will take me.
Me and Uncle Tony actually we tried to get into Survivor. We didn't try hard. It was like,
you guys could have.
Let's look up on the website and see what it takes. And I think we were like, wait, you got to commit to it was like 3 or 4 months of basically you got to quit your job and go do this.
You guys should do that when you retire. You're not that far off.
Are there old people on these
totally.
shows?
You guys have a lot going for you because you guys are twins.
Yeah.
You guys, I hate to say it, make people, not me, laugh. Not me, but like other people.
We can be humorous.
And you guys have the whole Disney animator. They probably never get animators on.
We would get kicked off so fast.
I actually have no idea what
First to go.
I don't know the show's synopsis, but I agree.
Yeah.
I just know that, you guys probably.
Was it?
Is it exercise driven? Because
I'm getting confused between Survivor and Amazing Race. Amazing Race was the one we were.
Oh, that one is exercise though. You have to be fit.
No, I mean I know you're running through an airport and things like that. I never watched it a whole lot.
I have a hard time believing you can run through an airport.
I know. Tony definitely couldn't. Anyway.
That's so mean. If Tony's watching, he said it, not me.
Hi, Tony. How you doing?
Anyways, I guess we should get into the news of the week.
Let's do it.
I won't lie, there's nothing crazy going on, but we're seeing a big shift in animation, and my third article kind of touches on that.
I heard something just today that I thought was pretty interesting, so I don't know if I want to throw it out there as if yours aren't very good. I'll throw it in.
What was it? Well, I wonder if it was one of mine. Whisper it to me. I don't know. No, it's not on my article. It's a maybe, though. That doesn't even...
Yeah.
We'll wait till it is an article.
Okay,
so let's get into it.
I hope that was fun for you.
Yeah, I bet you guys are wondering what we're talking about. You won't know.
Yeah.
Article 1. Okay. Classic Looney Tunes completely removed from Max.
Ooh, I didn't read the article, but I saw this. What? Why?
Well, it says that it's been pulled from Warner Brothers Discovery Max's platform. They have too many names going on there. It was Max.
Right.
Now it's Warner Brothers Discovery because they also
No,
got
it was
that.
HBO. Then it was
HBO
Max.
Max. Then it was Max. Now it's Warner Brothers Discovery Max.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, it says because they are prioritizing adult and family programming, and this says, which apparently classifies these highly influential, multi-generational favorites as child's fare.
Yeah. Wow. That's terrible.
Yeah, so that's about all that there is in the news.
We don't need this
but
kid stuff anymore.
yeah, which is kind of crazy for such like they have the ownership of something.
Yeah, they have
amazing.
A huge library.
Yeah, and I guess that they've previously removed Porky's Duck Hunt, One Froggy Evening, and What's Opera, Doc?
Oh, those are 3 classic films.
Those also got removed.
Two.
This apparently has been like tea in the Looney Tunes commune, where it's been an up and down, where they've gone up. In January 23, they removed more than 250 classic shorts from the platform. Last year, erroneously, included collections in its list of outgoing titles for November before issuing a correction saying, nope, that's not true. In February of 2024, Max swapped roughly 130 Looney Tunes shorts on the platform out for a new batch.
Oh.
Which, okay, let me ask you this.
Well, that seems okay, but...
When they're, like, taking off and stuff, you know, all these platforms, is it, like, a storage space thing? Is that, like, a dumb question?
It's not. I mean, but it's not for those reasons. I've never heard it be a storage reason.
Because they're just swapping 130 for 130. Like, are they like, oh, we're out of storage. Let's put in the next batch of the Looney Tunes.
That part makes more sense of, like, well, you know, let's at least put fresh ones on and see if they get better performance. What it sounds like is they've been trying for a while to get traction, and maybe that's the under.
It actually sounds like the opposite to me. That they are like trying to take it off, and people are fighting back. People aren't happy.
Right? No. I know this kind of news gets out there, and immediately people are up in arms, and they're, you know, signing petitions and things like that.
Right.
Here's what's crazy about this one. I heard that they don't make an announcement beforehand that we're going to take it down.
Right.
It literally just, everybody got up that morning and somebody discovered.
I wouldn't even notice, sorry.
I know, well, but somebody's watching them every day probably. And somebody discovered they were all gone, and the news broke that they were gone. And this was, just a few days ago, I think.
Yeah, 2 days ago, Monday.
It was like days after they just released the Looney Tunes feature film, the day the Earth blew up or whatever.
Right.
And so it was just weird because we were hearing...
Oh, it actually talks about that. Yeah.
Yeah. We're hearing news about that. Now, I will say that was a film that they didn't really release. They had shelved it because of all the same reasons.
Ketchup Entertainment.
Yeah, and Ketchup Entertainment ended up buying it.
Oh, is that what you were just whispering to me about?
It was, yes. Because I've just heard... I'll just add it as an aside. I just read today that Ketchup Entertainment... I haven't heard the numbers of how Looney Tunes movie did, but I'm assuming it's doing pretty well, because I heard that they announced today that Ketchup is now in talks of saving the other Warner Brothers film. It's like the Coyote versus Acme.
Yeah. For a $70 million write-off is what they...
Yeah, Warner Brothers
dropped distribution for.
Yeah, Warner Brothers dropped it because they were going to write it off. Who is Ketchup Entertainment?
Are they interested in RIP?
I know. I looked them up today. Right after that, I was like, "Ooh, they like cartoons.
They're interested in spending.
Maybe they're. We
have some money to take."
So they did a 70. Thanks for saying that. They did a 70. Warner Brothers did a $70 million write-off by trashing it, but then I heard that
a lot of money.
They're talking about buying it for $50 million. So
buying it back? Oh, Ketchup is interested.
Yeah, I don't know how they would end up getting 70 plus 50 or somebody else owns it.
It's almost like behind the scenes, it sounds like Warner Brothers is struggling. Is kind of what I'm hearing.
Oh, yeah, that's news.
Which you can't convince me. How are they struggling?
They've been struggling for a while.
They have Warner Brothers Discovery Max. They have that. Their platform Max does well.
Well, apparently it doesn't though. I mean, I'd heard that it was not
mean, it's
doing
not
very well when
the
Discovery
best.
bought it from HBO Max, and which is owned by Warner
Oh,
Brothers.
well,
They're all
I actually think I used to watch it when it was Max. But also because I think Max had a deal with AT&T that if you got your Wi-Fi through AT&T and you paid for the highest one, you got free Max.
oh
I mean, yeah. They're just not doing business correctly anymore, I guess.
I don't know what it is, but they've made some movies that didn't do well. They spent a ton of money, like all the Hollywood studios. Honestly, they're spending upwards of $150 to $300 million on films these days, and they expect to make money. It just doesn't make any sense anymore.
Right. Yeah.
You have to make $1 billion nowadays for one of those huge films to make any money.
Right.
And you see it happening every once in a while. The Avengers movies and a Disney movie will come out and probably make about that.
Yeah, well,
But not many.
something about Disney. People still love it.
I still think, gosh, make it for half as much and make the same amount probably, and you're making
I know,
way
and
more
it still
profit.
probably looks the exact same.
Yeah.
When
I
you're
think-
talking that big money, like, how did you even spend that much?
Oh,
That's,
I
like,
know.
hard to do.
Yeah, it's changes. It's redoing things.
Well, I thought I was being really funny with my article, too.
What this one? Oh, Article 2.
Yeah, which is kind of connected, but I was going to wait. Okay, Article 2. This is from yesterday. The Looney Tunes show and more Warner Brothers animation classics head to Tubi. I thought I was being so funny.
It is
I will
funny.
say it's the Looney Tunes show, so it's a more recent one.
But the Warner Brothers animation classics.
Yeah, they're all going now to Tubi.
Oh my gosh. Is this
This came out the day after, so I guess
Oh, did
Tubi
it?
saw it and like hopped on the opportunity, seeing everybody was upset and articles were coming out, and they were probably like,
Yeah.
well, let's get ourselves in the headlines.
That's smart.
I know,
I
yeah.
don't know if
so-
it worked that way, but it is smart if they did.
Yeah, so
And
free
Tubi
ad.
is free.
Yeah, free ad supported, which I don't know how they work at all. That makes no sense.
Ad supported. They're making money off the ads.
Still.
Like the old days.
I mean, we make money off the ads on YouTube. Where's that money?
we don't make the money off.
Guys,
No.
watch our ads.
This is more like Tubi's more like traditional old school when I was growing up TV
cable.
with like actual commercials. You can't
Yeah.
skip them, all that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like cable.
Yeah, okay, then now that I'm thinking about that, like I pay for Hulu, I pay for it, and I still can't skip ads.
I know.
They
that
must
is
make
a
so
ripoff.
much money.
But you
Well, you
get,
gotta pay for like the $70 a month to get it without ads.
Yeah, it's premium films and TV though. Tubi is not premium, meaning they might put money in, create an original movie or TV show on Hulu. They might they're acquiring
Yeah, like Netflix too.
newer stuff that just came off of whatever Netflix or somewhere else.
Right.
You know,
well,
like,
I
they
love
don't-
rewatching
these guys don't
stuff,
even
so I
have-
should go to Tubi.
Tubi doesn't even have New Girl.
The ad-supported streaming service Tubi is adding a slew of Warner Brother Animation titles to its lineup, including the 3-time Emmy-nominated revival series The Looney Tunes Show. The newly confirmed additions will arrive April 1st. No foolin'.
Did you add that?
No, it's on here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just reading the article. It's my job.
No fooling.
No
'Cause
fooling.
It's April Fool's Day. April.
Oh,
You didn't get it.
I thought it was like a Looney Tunes term.
No, they're just being funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're not fooling.
No fooling.
Anyway, so it's coming along with a lot of Scooby-Doo. So Scooby-Doo and the Spooky Scarecrow and the Ghastly Ghouls and Scooby-Doo and Make a Mutt Menace. Scooby-Doo, oh wait. No, the Sylvester
Mecca.
and Tweety Mysteries.
Yeah.
You know, I just saw that you interviewed Eric Gaza.
Yeah.
I wonder what he has to say about this.
Bowser.
Bowser.
Yeah.
Wonder what he has to say about this. Isn't he the voice of Tweety Bird and stuff?
He does a lot of voices. He's done Bugs, Porky Pig, Daffy Duck, and like 3 or 4 more.
He's not like the OG.
No. But
But
he does
was
a lot
he maybe in the Looney Tunes show?
He
Like,
might have been that Looney Tunes show.
that was 2011 to 2013.
Yeah, he might have come in after that, but He could have been.
I wonder what his thoughts are on this.
Yeah.
Wish we had him here. Maybe we should start interviewing people. But I do feel like, yikes, you're going from Max to Tubi? Looney Tunes? Where are we?
I mean, there's
people
a
have
ton.
no love for nostalgia.
Like all those Scooby-Doos that you listed off, like there's a ton of Warner Brothers, like old 70s, 60s, you name it. Like 60s, that's the good stuff. But like this is a lot of the 70s and some of the 80s and 2000s. There's some really bad stuff that they did for a while there. The Looney Tunes show is not a good one, probably.
Really?
I mean, look at it. They like.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's more like Toon Boom Harmony rigged animation. So it's just.
What do you mean? We do Toon Boom Harmony.
I know, but there's good and there's bad, and it's just
that. I mean,
actually,
we're looking at a still
good.
shot. Can you add it?
It looks pretty good.
It actually looks really good, I would say.
But they tend to redesign the characters and stuff like that, and it's not quite.
They don't look redesigned.
Yeah, Bugs
I
does.
feel like you're making stuff up.
Bugs does.
Where? What? Because his head's bigger?
His head's bigger. It looks like he's got a tiny little body. Both of them look like they have tiny little bodies and big heads. And then Bugs' nose is bigger.
I don't hate it.
It's pinker. No, that's not Bugs. That's not my Bugs.
You would know. I would never know his nose was pinker.
It's fluorescent pink.
Anyways, I thought that was funny. So I guess we're taking a shift from Max to Tubi. So I guess congrats, Looney Tunes.
Well, it's a licensing deal, so Warner Brothers makes some money off of it.
Apparently, they need it.
Yeah, and they do need it. They need it.
So good for you, Warner Brothers. Hope you made it big with that, going to Tubi.
What I hope, going back to the first article that mentioned Ketchup, I hope Ketchup Entertainment makes a buttload of money off of the day the Earth blew up.
Why? Just to slap Warner Brothers in the face?
Because they should have released it, and it'd be great to see it go out there. It's still the same movie and make a ton of money for somebody else because they were smart enough to pick it up.
Yeah, I don't really get how they... So you're telling me Warner Brothers made the movie and then sold it and just didn't put it in theaters?
They've done this with multiple films.
Why would they do that? That's right when it gets to the time to make the money.
Because they can write it off. If they basically burn it. Now, I don't know how it worked this time because what doesn't make sense is they then sold it to a distributor. So I don't think they got the write-off. I think they were talking about getting the write-off. Didn't quite go through with it at the last minute. Ketchup bought it off of them.
No, they did write it off.
I know, that's what it says, but it doesn't make any sense because you wouldn't get the write-off if you sell it. That's the whole idea.
Coyote versus Acme.
Oh, that's the other one. I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about the...
Oh, no, it just says, and drop distribution of the fully animated feature.
Okay.
The day the Earth blew up.
Okay. But to get a $70 million write-off, right?
No, that was the day the Earth blew up was a distribution. Coyote versus Acme. They also dumped the hybrid. For a $70 million write-off.
Okay, so
that means
they
make the film and dump it, and it just never goes out.
Yeah, that's the idea. Is that you're supposed to not have any copies of it anywhere. Basically, you have to destroy the negatives.
Why would you ever do that? There's no way they make more money than they would putting it out.
Here's the thing: to put it out, especially theatrically, because I think both the Looney Tunes Day the Earth Blew Up and this one, the Coyote one, they were supposed to be theatrical releases. So higher end animation, they put definitely much more money into it. You said $70 million. So that was their budget probably. It was $70 million pretty much.
Like how much they spent on it?
How much they spent on it. And so
it's just like they broke even. To get it out
to the theaters, you generally for distribution, you have to double that amount for distribution. At least.
Yeah, but you don't think they could make that?
So another $70 million or more or 100 just to get all the advertising, all the posters out there, all the publicity they do for it.
I bet they could make 170 back, if not more.
No. I mean, not for a Looney Tunes cartoon. No, they're not making. I mean, maybe the day the Earth blew up will do it. But
well, didn't you say it's doing well?
I mean, I haven't even heard how it's doing. I'd love to check it out.
So you actually have no idea?
I don't. What I'm assuming.
You said it was doing well.
No. I said I'm assuming it's doing well because immediately today it was announced that Ketchup is possibly in talks to get the Wile E. Coyote movie that
Right,
we were just
right,
talking
right.
about. So, which makes me think they didn't get the tax write-off because they can't get both. They can't get money from somebody and the tax write-off.
I'm assuming they did not. That's
So-
a very weird thing that people do. I don't really understand it, nor
Yeah.
will I ever.
It's just they can. It shouldn't even be fair. I mean, what other business are you in where you can go? Oh, I
did all of
invented
this work
new
and it didn't work.
toothbrush, and my company makes toothbrushes, and this one we're just not so sure it's going to do so hot. So can we get the government to pay us back for everything we put into
It's
it?
actually kind of crazy.
I've never heard. I don't even know where
No,
that
like
comes
imagine
from.
being like, I finished building this building with my construction crew,
Yeah.
and no one wants to.
I just gave an example with toothbrushes. You're just doing another one. Okay. And nobody wants to go into that building or live there. And so you try and get your money back from the
I just
government.
didn't like your toothbrush one, so I wanted
It worked. It worked
I
as
wanted
good
to
as
do a better one.
it was
No,
not going to be better.
I wanted to do a better one.
It was going to be the same, just with buildings.
Well, yeah, like I have no tenants, so like I'm just gonna write it off.
Keep going. It's gonna work. That is so much clearer.
Thank you.
I
I thought
understand
so.
now.
Your toothbrush run like kind of lost me, so I thought like yeah.
How did it lose you?
Well, I thought that there was like more logistics that needed to be involved. Like you're not talking about like all the staff that they paid and all this stuff. Like you were just like I invented a toothbrush. Like that's easy. But like you got to consider the amount of work put into it. So it's similar to building a building.
No, there was research. I said that all the work we put into it and all that, we want all that money back. Yours, let's not keep talking about it. But there's a flaw with yours. I was saying
There's no flaw with
They didn't
mine.
release it
Absolutely
and
no
it
flaw.
failed, right? They didn't release it
Okay,
at
okay.
all. So
They
yours
built-
was like people wouldn't.
Okay.
Be
Let me
tenants.
redo mine. They built a building,
Okay.
and they didn't like the architecture or the interior design.
Sure.
So they decided they weren't
They
going to
just,
let
for
people
whatever
live there.
reason, didn't think it was going to work. The way
They just didn't enjoy
they weren't
what
gonna
they
make their
built.
money
They
back.
thought it wasn't cute enough for people to live in.
Yes.
So instead, they wrote it off.
I feel for everybody watching this right now, so let's continue on to
Okay, Article 3.
number 3.
It's kind of boring, but it's actually good information that I feel like you'll love to
Don't
talk about.
start with it.
So
It's
I'll let
kinda-
you talk about
Kind
it.
of boring.
Well, okay, I'm gonna read the title and then I'm gonna put my 2 cents in.
Okay.
Studio 100 rides animation wave as Hong Kong market takes aim at booming tunes. So it's kind of crazy because we've seen the downfall of animation in the US, Canada, Dubai, and we're seeing the rise in China, which is kind of crazy. So this is all after the gobsmacking success of the Chinese animated feature Ne Zha 2, which recently topped 2 billion in China.
Yes.
And I think it put it in the top 5 of all of their films ever.
No, not just theirs, worldwide, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like beating, I want to say Lion King, but whatever's within the top 10, Yeah, it's the biggest. I've heard about this movie when we went to Kids Screen. Remember, I met with this guy, James Wong, who's a friend of mine and he has a studio in China.
Did he work on it?
That's a good question. I think he did say that their company, a few studios there, helped out. I think they did. I think they did do something on it. And yeah, he was very proud of it. It was the first time I heard, because this was, how long ago was that? That was
February. That was a month ago.
Oh, only a month ago. Okay. But I mean,
It's
like
forever
the
ago.
news hadn't come out how big it was. He was saying $2 billion or something like that. I'm like, wait, billion? Is that what you're saying? Because there was I couldn't quite understand what he was saying. And he wasn't saying the numbers correctly at first. So I was questioning.
Oh, he's like twisting the truth.
Yeah. He was like 200.
He was not actually.
I think he said million at first. And then he's like, no. He looked on his phone. He did the number. No, 2 billion. And I was like,
Wow.
2 billion? What? Like, that would be news. And soon after that,
It
became
news.
big news. Yeah.
Well, I guess there's a lot going on because I'm seeing a lot on the interwebs about like the Asian animation film market. Mm-hmm. But right here it says, we have people coming in from Japan, a traditional powerhouse production country for animation. And then we have people coming in from China who have recently produced this mega box office hit. And then we have people coming in from Indonesia, which is a major animation production country in Southeast Asia. They do a lot of animation for children, which is a really big market. And I don't know why I wrote that part. But
It's somewhere.
well, it's kind of saying that there's been a big change, like Hong Kong. I lost my train of thought.
Well, it does say there that so people are from Japan, like studios from Japan are coming to China and trying to make deals.
Everyone is like everyone's trying to make deals in
China.
the Asian animation market. Like, and everybody's kind of coming together. We recently read an article about this too. That was a different film.
So the news there that's interesting is that China has not been known for animation. They've been basically an outsourced country for many years. And they got into the game much later than Japan.
Right.
Japan is like the powerhouse. They're really known for high quality. Of course, anime, that's where all the anime comes from. And then Korea might be like secondary to that. And then China was a distant third. And then you could talk about India and elsewhere too. But in general, that's kind of how those
Well, it kind of
three-
talks about that, about how like independent productions are like becoming so big now, which we've talked about a gazillion times.
Yeah.
And I guess they're all taking the leap and coming in too. So yeah, it talks about a lot about what they're doing and how Studio 100 Film, I guess they're Munich-based family entertainment specialists, are now trying to jump into the game. And they're securing strong international sales across multiple territories for Miss Moxie and North. I guess their properties. Mm-hmm. They're seeking Asian distribution at Film Mart for its slate of animation films.
Yeah, Film Mart would be another sort of like Kid Screen, where it's a, buying and selling of film and TV.
Well, I was trying to mix it up this week, and I
Yeah.
was looking up like animation news. Like sometimes
Yeah,
I usually
this
just
is
go
on-
to animation. Yeah, it's
You're
on Yahoo.
Yahoo News.
Well, I usually just go to like Animation Magazine, and I go to Cartoon Brew. But sometimes I'll look up just animation news on Google.
Thanks.
And I'll just see what it
get
lists.
up some-
And all of it's about Chinese films or the Asian market. All of it. Like,
really?
it was literally all about that. There was probably better ones.
Yeah,
But this one just seemed big.
it is big. You just have to read the
So-
whole thing, probably.
It's quite long.
Yeah. So China. It's interesting because, I've been kind of watching the outsource animation. We met with some friends of mine in China, a Chinese studio that owned a Chinese studio. They'd left the Disney Florida one and moved to China and started an animation. Remember,
Right.
Kim and
Cindy G.
Michael and Cindy. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
They have a studio out there. It's 2D animation. I think this film was a CG film. They're really well known for special effects. Like, they're very good at sort of live action.
Your friends?
Like Days View is the company that I worked with. Our friends, no. They're more 2D animation, Looney Tunes, that kind of stuff. But I'm just saying China in general is kind of known for that, while Japan is known for anime. Korea is known to be like a really good outsourced studios place for that. And they've been going for at least 10 years before China. I'd say Korea has been doing outsourced for the U.S., even like Disney and things like that for Disney television, probably for almost 20 years. And then China's been
And
more
then
like...
Indonesia, it said.
Yeah.
Well,
Indonesia was later, China was later, and India actually was a little bit later.
I think this is going to be like a huge shift. I feel it coming. Because I feel like everybody else is kind of downfalling. They've had their peak.
Yeah.
And they're all joining together and being like, let's do this. We are the champions.
My friends. Okay. Well, good. I hope so.
I hope you liked my articles this week.
I did. They weren't as strong. But
It was a hard week.
Yeah. Were you struggling?
Not much going on.
Yeah, I guess so. We'll have
A
more.
lot of paid advertising type
hopefully,
articles.
and look for it. Hopefully, you'll have a little bit more to talk about on the day that the Earth blew up, how that did. So let's put a pin on that.
I'll be sure to research. Thank you.
Do that.
Okay.
And maybe what came out of it. Maybe Ketchup bought the other Coyote one. So it'll be nice to update.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to remember that name.
Yeah.
And I'll definitely keep my eyes and ears peeled.
Yeah.
Peeled.
Guys, this has been so much fun.
That was that.
Hey, I do want to say this. I really appreciate those. If you're still watching, I really appreciate. I had a few people defend me. Remember how you were getting on me with my business hat and all that? I've seen some comments.
I didn't look.
Yeah, you should look because I saw a few people.
I feel like I have a hard time believing that.
Now, one of them defended both, saying, I really like the business side and I want to hear that, but I'm always there for the tea too. So
that's sweet. I wonder which episode that was on.
It was maybe 1 or 2 ago, but
I'm gonna go read these comments and you'll be blocked if you back Tom.
Read it. Let's do that right now. Let's read a comment right now and give a shout out to one of our.
Well, I got to figure out which one this was on.
I mean, you could just.
It must have been the last one, wasn't it?
I guess, yeah. Maybe we'll add this as a something we do at the end of every.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah, we'll read a comment. So maybe just grab one. This is. What's this?
Yeah. Oh, this is Dave McDonald. He literally comments on every single one of ours.
That's why I wanted you to pick him because
he's an avid commenter, and I love it.
Very loyal. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, if we have no comments on our posts.
If we do,
like, where's Dave? We need to check on him.
Like, yeah, he's sick or something. Yeah.
He said, good stuff, a good balance of business brain and tea. I'm more of a biz brain news guy personally.
Oh, that's the one I was referring to. Okay, thank you, Dave. Oh, he was more on my side is what I'm saying.
I disagree, Dave, but it's
he
fine.
Appreciates it. He's got daughters too, so he gets where I'm coming from. Yep.
See, this is someone else who I will say our comments, everybody's like pretty nice.
100% Team Tom regarding Toon Boom upgrades. Oh, remember that was the discussion we had about AI?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Someone said like they work in production, they appreciate Tom getting into the weeds and the insight, but I also love the tea. Great show all around. Yeah, we honestly have really nice people.
We do. We love you all.
Yeah, you guys are nice, and that's hard to find online.
It is.
We have no online bullies except for on our YouTube shorts.
Yeah, you put out a couple shorts where they go wide. Right. And they're little snippets from this. And I've seen one where they said something about.
They said my voice was degrading.
No, it was grating. Which, I think they're.
It is. Honestly, I listen back and it's so annoying. So I liked the comment.
You're like a valley girl. That's what we used to call you in the 80s, right?
I'm not a valley girl though. I just have personality and you don't.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
I just have style and you need to acquire it.
I do. Don't sass me. All right, let's end this. I'm sorry, you guys.
Love ya, bye.
Boom.
Love ya, bye.
Be sure to subscribe to the Pencilish Studios YouTube channel.